Good morning and welcome back to the channel. The CL is really nice and clean. What do you think? Can you see that? I've been getting on top of it and getting it nice and clean over the weekend. Look at that, looks like brand new. So once your bike looks like that, it's about time to go down some lanes and get it all mucky again. So let's get going. I'll see you down the road. Yes, welcome back again, and quite sunny today, but the roads are a bit wet, so we've obviously had some rain overnight, and I'm going to go down the lanes today. Haven't been down for a while, and I'm a glutton for punishment, and I love cleaning bikes, so let's get it all muddy again, shall we? Yeah, hope you're well. I'm going to touch on a touchy subject today. It's one I've been avoiding like the plague, to be honest, because if I start ranting, that's changed a lot there, they've cut the whole hedge down. Yes, if I start ranting about it, it's going to go off in all different directions, so but I thought I've got to touch on it. Let's see what this chap's going to do. It's going to let me past, thank you. And that is the thorny subject of Chinese motorcycles. Now, I have a bit of history with Chinese bikes, only a very little bit. I had a lady friend, shall we say, around about 12 years ago, somewhere around that mark, whose son, because of he was just getting to the time where he needed his first vehicle, I came along with a motorcycle and he started to get into motorcycles, so it was my fault. And he wanted to get mobile, he needed to get to work in his first job, only a young fella, just turning 17, and he wanted a motorcycle. Yes, so the story goes, I tried to persuade him to have a little Japanese 125, a second-hand one, to get used to, because you know that they're going to come off, you know that they're going to get damaged and abused, and you need something solid. But he absolutely, yeah, you can guess it, he set his sights on a Chinese 125 because it was cheap and it looked amazing. It was an exact copy, actually, of a CB 125 R, the little 125 race rep from Honda. Now, those at the time, I think, guessing here, I think they were around about £2,500 new then, maybe a bit more. But this Chinese replica, brand new, was 800 quid. £800. And of course that's really all he had. And I tried to help him out and said, look, we'll go looking for a decent second-hand bike for you. But he absolutely had set his mind on this thing, so reluctantly I sort of went along with it. Well, it wasn't my decision anyway, it was his mum's, but I sort of went along with it. And it was called a Skyjet. A Skyjet. Yeah. And there was an importer just up the road, actually, it was around Bridgenorth somewhere. It was on a farm. And he had he had some farm buildings full of these Skyjets. He was obviously buying container loads of them. So anyway, we ended up with this, and to cut a long story short, it was a piece of crap. There's a surprise. I sort of knew it was going to be, but I sort of got tagged along with, oh, how bad can it be? It's got some warranty on it, it's new. It can't be that bad, but it was. And in my opinion, it was borderline unsafe. It was that badly built. The tyres were shocking. The gearbox was just awful. It felt like a bag of nails as you rode it. It was just dreadful. But you know what kids are like, they have the mindset on things and that's what they want, and there you go. And I thought, well, maybe it'll last him a few months, maybe I'll get 6 months out of it. And supposedly, looking back, he probably did get about 6 months out of it, but he came off it a couple of times, and what finished it in the end was the footrest caught the ground. He lost it on an island, and the footrest caught the ground, and rather than breaking the footrest off, it snapped the entire footrest hanger off, and the metal, when you looked at it, it was cheese. But no, to make it quite clear, that's exactly what it was. It was cheese. It was made out of just garbage materials. So that's, everyone will say, well, that's they're all different now. You know, a decade later, things are different, and of course they are. I understand that. But that's my history with Chinese bikes. And I've got to be careful I don't cloud my judgment of them. But yeah, I've noticed that on YouTube lately there's a lot of very positive Chinese bike testing going on and reports. CF Moto is one of the biggest brands, of course. And I have no doubt that these bikes are vastly, vastly improved. Now there's two arguments here. There's a motorcycle argument, and there's a much wider, huge rabbit hole of an argument, basically, which I would sum up as being politics, as to why maybe you would have an opinion about Chinese motorcycles. First, on the biking front, the obvious downsides, which even these testers do sometimes allude to, and that is spares and the second-hand prices. And of course their argument against that, well, run it for 3 years, you can virtually afford to throw it away. It's that sort of attitude. So taking that on first, which is the easiest subject, look, I buy Chinese things. I have Chinese things, Chinese built stuff. The camera that you are watching this on is Chinese. The microphone you're listening to me through is Chinese. A phone in my pocket and numerous other things. The reason for that is I have no choice. There is no action camera that is not made in China. To my knowledge, I've never ever seen one. That's globalism. That's the modern market. But I have got a choice when it comes to what motorcycle I ride. And the other thing is, a motorcycle is not, to me, just a product. To me, it's a passion. It's something I want to be proud of. It's something that I want to feel a connection with. And that connection comes through the history of the brand, what the brand means to me and to other people that see it. It's a much, much deeper connection with a motorbike. I mean, I could buy a washing machine and I don't give a monkey's about its image, about where it's come from, the history of the brand. It really doesn't really interest me. But this is not a washing machine. Personally, I don't want to buy a bike that's made in a communist country, run by the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. I have my ideas about the world and globalization and the way the world's going, and I know everything is made in China now, and you can't not buy something. And we've all got things that are Chinese. Of course, I have. We all have. But I've got a choice. I have a choice over what motorcycle I ride, and it is my passion. And I do not want that connected with Chinese manufacturing. I just don't. You know, your views on politics, you know, you may not be into politics at all. This isn't a politics channel. I don't want to go down that road. I could argue about it for literally days. But all that really needs to be said is that I don't want to be putting my money into a country like China. I just don't. I do notice actually that it's many of the younger YouTubers that are really pushing these Chinese products now and speaking very highly of them. It's fine, it's their prerogative. They live in a free country, but that's the point, isn't it? They live in a free country to say what they want about anything. I think they're naive. I'll be honest, I think they're very, very naive. It worries me when I see an older YouTuber going on about the same thing and not mentioning the wider implications of Chinese motorcycles or Chinese manufacturing. I don't think you can divorce the two things, to be honest. I think they're just... Well, you can just talk about the one side of the argument. Just talk about practicalities. Look what I'm getting for the money. Look at all the gizmos on. It's warranted for 2 years, so I haven't got to worry about it further down the line as far as quality is concerned anyway. So what's the problem? Who cares? Look what I get. Well, that's great. If that's the way you want to be, if that's all your motorcycle means to you, that's fine. It's just not fair. They're an inspiration to me, the pair of them. I want to be riding in a decade's time myself, at least. Yeah, these are two bikes that I've already ridden actually. So yeah, that's about my dad and D.DAY. I'm going to have to get a bit of a scoot on now. But yeah, so that means you're born into, when you're born at that time, the war years and all the privations of that, the lack of food, the just the whole scene of war. I mean, it's a very strange. It gives you a very different view of life, and one of the things it gave me is it made me tight financially, to be quite honest with you, because we had to make do. I mean, my mum used to darn socks. Can you imagine that now? I just threw out a load of socks recently, and I thought my mum would be shocked watching me do this, throw these socks away just because they've got a hole in. She would sit down in the evening watching the TV, the black and white TV, can I add, and darn socks for me. But now it's just a throwaway society, isn't it? But I've still got that feeling from the day. Oh, there's an E-Type. Oh, my dream car. Yeah, I've still got that sort of mindset from that time, where you used to look after every penny. Look after the penny and the pounds that look after themselves. It's very hard to get rid of that mindset. So my motorcycle means a lot to me. It's a hobby. It's more than just a product to me. So here we go. We're on the this is the TT course, by the way, that I've mentioned in other videos. I like to call it that. And I have no idea where we're going. It could be that the road's closed, or maybe there's a flood, because we were going to Thorny's cafe today. But I'll have to watch back on the camera, because what I didn't understand from what just happened when I was talking away and not concentrating, I saw Malcolm go past me, obviously, and he waved or something. But I didn't see Steve. But when I turned around and went back, Steve was there as well. Where did he appear from? I must be going senile, and Steve's got high vis on. He must have passed, and I didn't even notice. Weird. Oh, did he come past when I was doing my turn and I was looking the other way? Who knows? I'll look on the video and find out. He seemed to appear from absolutely nowhere. Amazing. I have no idea where we're going at all now. No idea at all. That island there, by the way, is one of the few places I've ground foot pegs on. Yeah. I actually took a Harley Davidson out for a test ride many years ago. And, could this be it? Oh, I see. It does say cafe there. Aha. Oh. No, we've gone wrong.
I'll follow you guys.
Where are we going?
The calf.
Oh, we just want to go back to the calf. Okay. Okay. Steve got confused. He's just going to the normal calf. So we are going to the Thorny's, but he obviously got a bit lost. Because on this island he should have gone straight over. Yeah, odd that. I wondered where we were going when he went right. Yeah, this is the place that I ground the foot pegs, just around there on the Harley Davidson. It was quite a shock. I know Harleys are sort of prone to easy grounding of foot pegs, but that island is also cambered in such a way that you could probably do it on other bikes as well. Yeah, so Steve got lost, that's all it was. I know where I'm going now. What an exciting adventure today's turned out to be. Chinese bikes and getting lost. It's all good fun, isn't it? So there we go, that's my sort of views on Chinese bikes. I won't be having one soon, no matter what people on YouTube tell me about them. But that's just me being an old fuddy-duddy. I'm sure it's the future, and the future is bright, and we'll all be driving these wonderful Chinese bikes around and enjoying them, and then we'll be keeping them for 2 years on the old PCP, is it, payments, and then giving them back. Great. If that's your vision of the future, you're welcome to it. Sorry about that, but it's not mine. No, mine is my bike. I have some pride in it, and it's got to mean a little bit more to me than just a product. Road closed. So I'm taking it that we're going to bypass the road closure from this angle. Yeah, I see what's happened there. And I don't know about you, but I was talking about winter and the winter blues and all that type of thing that we're all getting. And the amount of people commenting on that video and also speaking to me personally actually about it. It's been fantastic. So many people get the same thing. The winter starts to drag them down after a bit. But the end is nigh. No, that's not good, is it? He's turning left. Sod's law. Yeah, so many people clearly feel exactly the same and get the same things. So it's good to share, isn't it? It's good to talk about it. So if you're feeling dead down and in the dumps, don't think you're alone. You're not. Lots of other people. I suppose particularly it affects bikers. I think bikers that are not happy with going out in the middle of the winter, so tend to use their bikes a lot less. They lose that thing that keeps them going, their passion, their hobby, as well as all the other things. So I think we'll be able to get through here by the look of it. We just go, shall we? You all right, mate? We just go to the cafe up there.
Yeah.
So there we go. Order is restored. Has Steve got through? Can't see him. He wasn't following me. I thought he was following me, but he's not. He'll be along in a minute. I'm sure he will. Oh, what a kerfuddle. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that. What a messy trip to the cafe that was. But here we are. Owen Roy's here. But I can't see. Where? I can't see Milk. That's strange. So, I don't know where Milk's turned up. I hope he hasn't flown a hoof and gone home. Oh well, we'll see. Here's Steve. Right, that's all from me. Thanks for being with me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.